Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Music Scene Investigation. Rich Wildman here with you. Glad to have you along today. It's going to be an interesting show. As you can see, I'm in the lab. A lab. Don't know where it's at. Don't really care. As long as I'm here and you're there, that's all that really counts today. We have three new songs before the panel today. I think you're going to like them. I hope you like them. If you don't, well, it doesn't matter because it's all about the panel. No, I'm kidding. Of course, we want to know what you have to say about the songs today as well. You can join us in our chat room, musicsceneinvestigation.com/live, where you can chat with everybody, including the panelists on the broadcast today. And of course, if you're a musician, we encourage you to send your music to us to get in front of the panel. musicsceneinvestigation.com. Just go there. You can sign up and click send us a song or submit a song at the top of the page, and we'll get it in front of our panel. It's that easy, very simple to do. All right, let's meet our panelist on today's broadcast. I'm going to go out of order today because that's what I do. I mix things up as we go along. So we're going to start with James Anderson. James, hey, buddy, how are you doing, sir? Everything going well with you?
Hi there, Rich. Not too bad, thank you. It's good to see that things are mixed up for once, and I get to speak before Ian, although I'm sure he's going to interject at some stage and ridicule me for some of our pre-show chat.
And
But
if
we'll see
anybody,
about that.
Why would I do a thing like that?
if anybody's watching,
It's an opportunity.
if anybody's watching, they of course see that the lower third that I have for James says Andrea Bensmiller. So James, you just answer to Andrea today, and everybody will be happy. All right.
Goodness me. Okay, so I've had a sex change as well. That's a good way to start the month.
I'm going to correct that right now as we speak. So now you're James again. So everything's
That's
good.
wonderful.
So did you get
You
all?
had me worried.
Did you get the horrible snow that you were supposed to get where you're at in the England area yet?
No, we never did. Really lucky on the coast. No snow whatsoever. Obviously, things have been different inland, as I've heard. And I'm sure that Ian's got a slightly different story, but we're only a matter of 50 miles away, and it's like a different country. So it's just been extremely cold down here. No snow, but it's been promised.
Well,
How about yourself, Rich?
I got up this morning. They said we were supposed to start getting snow some point last night. Of course, we didn't. All we got was rain. I woke up this morning to about a half an inch of ice on the roof, and over that, about a quarter inch of snow. Since then, it's been raining off and on and melting. It's hovering right around the 33 degrees range, something like that. So I don't know. And yeah, the video appears to be working from what I'm seeing. Everything looks fine. We're also broadcasting out over MSI Radio, musicsceneinvestigation.com/radio as well. So, James, it's been a while since you've been on here. Anything to report? How are things going with you?
What's been going on? January's been quite hectic, not from a work perspective, but from social and all other kinds of things. Got engaged at the beginning of January. That kind of
congratulations.
Thank you. That news was slightly overshadowed when my fiance's grandfather passed away, sadly, earlier in the month. But it's been a nice distraction during the time. Just kicked off the month with a bang. Just had a letter through today to tell me that I'd won about 300 vinyl records at auction for £63.50.
I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say that you received an email saying you were a millionaire now, and some Saudi prince was just waiting to get the money to you.
No, that happens quite frequently, and I always send them bogus details.
Do you send them bogus money too, like millions in Monopoly money, just to make them curious?
I'd love to be able to do that, but I've never been able to.
Well, maybe we can work that out. Everybody send your Monopoly email to Music Scene Investigations. We'll forward it on to James, and then he can piss off some Saudi prince.
The people I like to wind up the most, though, are the people that phone up for requesting to talk to you about PPI that you've taken out. And whenever I have these phone calls, I get really annoyed about it.
That's
But
that's
I
that's
found a
what
way to actually get rid of them
isn't
quite
that what you
quickly.
were doing right before the show? Something about PPI or something like that.
That was
Boy.
the other
Paddy.
blah. We're
Uh,
talking about a totally different telephone there. But what I
They
like
are.
to do is I like to give them spiritual guidance in return for their time. I
ah,
pretend to be an Indian guru.
and how's that working out for you?
Well, they usually hang up pretty quickly.
They did, but they always call back. Yeah,
Unfortunately, so
yeah.
you just can't get rid
We've
of them.
developed one. We've developed one at work. One of my colleagues gets all these phone calls saying, we hear you've been in an accident recently. Would you like to make a claim? So basically, if he gets one of these phone calls, we've set his computer up so at the press of a button, it plays the sound of screeching tires of a car and then a smash, basically, and then he hangs up. So that's how we deal with them these days.
And of course, that there is Ian Husbands in London, England, along with Mr. Nick Andrew as well. Hey,
you
Nick,
doing?
Ian, how you guys doing over there?
Good.
I'm
How are you?
grand. I'm fine.
Awesome.
I'm Nick.
Ian, nice place to
Nice to
meet
meet
you.
you.
Welcome to my studio.
Lovely. I like your balls.
My balls are lovely. It's
Yes.
rotating and everything.
I'm not going to go there. I really am not. It's just,
I
I'm
haven't
not
had the
going to do it.
privilege.
What's that, James?
I haven't had the privilege.
Of what? Rotating his balls or?
Yeah, I feel left out.
They're very colourful.
You're more than welcome to come over and rotate my balls anytime, James.
Maybe next show.
Eesh.
Need some more now.
I see. This is why. Never mind. I caution against Ian having people over at his place because sometimes it gets out of hand. Now we see how it goes. Ian, let me.
Rich. I this week, right? I've been being a magician.
I've heard.
My son's 7th birthday. All right, so I thought I don't want to let these extra skills go to waste. And since I've got Nick with me tonight, I want to do a quick trick.
All right, please do a quick trick for us.
Quick card trick for you, right?
Queen of Spades.
And a bit of mind reading. Shuffle the cards, Nick. Shuffle the cards. Now I want you to pick a card once you've shuffled them.
Right.
Don't look at it. I want you to stick it to your forehead with a little bit of spit on the back of your hand.
How will I know?
Do you want
the card says?
Just trust me on this.
the
Okay.
face of
What,
the
and then
card?
you're going to tell me what the card is?
Then I'm going to tell you what the card is, and then we'll do the reveal and see if it works or not.
Which way do I face it towards you?
No, you just stick it to your forehead, so I can't see it and you can't see it. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But a little bit of lick and spit on the back of your forehead. There we go.
There we go.
All right, then just stick it to your forehead.
It won't stick.
Right, just hold it there with your fingers. Right. I reckon we're looking at a 2. It's a 2. It's a 2 of 2 of clubs.
Often I have number 2 in the brain.
Am I right? Am I right? Is it 2 of clubs?
2 clubs. 2 clubs.
2 of clubs, ladies and gentlemen. 2 of clubs.
There you are.
And the whole deck's the same.
And they're all different, ladies and gentlemen. You can see all the cards there are totally different.
Okay, what was the last card I looked at?
I so that's I don't know where you were looking. I don't know where I felt I got to the pack. You know.
I looked at the 7 of hearts was the last card I looked at. So there you go. There's my
There you go.
magic
See,
trick,
magic
everybody. Yeah, never mind. We got someone out there. Guest 997 says, "Woohoo, magic!" So you've impressed someone out there, Ian.
Hurrah! Now show them your magic stick.
Again?
I
No,
mean,
we'll leave that to family show.
I put the lower third up so nothing untoward gets seen.
Richard, why are you living in a nuclear facility now?
I
Are you
am
doing experiments with some kind of plutonium or something?
Yeah,
in the
what
background?
I've tried to do is I've tried to get cameras inside the MSI labs, and this just happens to be the closest I could get. So we do have a window back here you can see. So that works out.
That's very cool.
So yeah.
Hey, Patty, thanks for your support. Yeah.
Well, there you go. You see, Patty likes your magic. James, did you like the magic trick?
I didn't get to see it, so I'm going to have to watch it on the replay.
All right, so there you go. You didn't impress
I'm sure it's
James.
scintillating though.
Just say you're not impressed. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'll reserve judgment till next time.
Oh
I
man.
can look back at it and see if it was any good.
All right. He's being honest. Don't know why that happens. I don't know.
It sounded like a good.
You try to do something different to impress people, and they just shoot you down in flames.
Do you have now? You posted on YouTube some magic trick with a cane you made float.
Yep.
Now, of course, you can't do that here because we can't see the bottom of the cane to see that it's really floating.
No, but I can do a straw for you. I've got straw to hand. Are you ready? You're watching the straw, right?
Yeah, sure.
Watch. I'm going to slowly let go of that, and then you can see that there is the straw floating just behind my hand there.
That's very impressive.
That's wow.
There you go. You see.
Very impressive.
I thought you were going to shove it up your nose again.
Again?
Sorry?
I thought you were going to shove it up your nose again.
No, I'm not going to do the whole shoving up my nose thing.
All right. Enough with the magic. Let's talk to Nick because we haven't been able to talk to Nick the whole show so far. Now,
hello.
Everybody knows Nick because he's been on the show before. At least I hope everybody does. But if they don't, Nick, fill everybody in. First of all, you are a guitarist extraordinaire. I think that's exactly what it says on your business cards, right?
Oh, does it? Okay, yeah. I'm a guitarist. I have an extraordinary lifestyle, and yes. What do you want to know? I play lots of different.
Well, you're a guitarist. You're an author. As you say, you live an extraordinary lifestyle, which is very interesting. I guess I actually saw you on a video from a television show a short time ago, where they were actually talking to you a little bit about your lifestyle.
Crime Watch.
I don't know. It was some news show. And they were talking to you about how you... Now, tell everybody, because this is something that is unique, I think. You live in your car.
Aye. I've lived in my car now for 8.5 years.
Now, why would you... I assume you do this because it's convenient for you.
Aye. It's I used to live in a house, as most people do, and I was never there because I was always gigging here, there, and everywhere. And I literally used to go back to the house just to sleep, and then I became a victim of the computer says no banking system. And I saw a guitarist called Sylvan Luke around the same time, who just blew my head apart. And I thought that because I was teaching 7 days a week, I thought if I continue to teach, my playing's going to go downhill. So I wanted to be like Sylvan Luke, wanted to be as good as he was, and just thought, right, I've got to go and live like a monk, give up all my worldly goods, and go and practice. And it was a great idea at the time. I haven't done much practice since. I'm no better. I can play a couple of more tunes, but that's about it. But it's allowed me to focus on being more of a wannabe musician now.
Well, that,
until I grew up.
The idea of living in a car to focus on something, I think is a great idea. I find no fault with that. But my question, how difficult is it really living in your car as opposed to an apartment or something other, a camper even?
Well, housework's a bit quicker.
Sure.
And you don't get bothered by guests very much.
That makes sense.
Normally the police when they do.
Unless it's the police, yeah. The police pop round every now and again. Sting's become a good friend. No, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. It's just my bedroom's smaller than most people's, and my living room's smaller than most, and my guest bedroom never gets used for anything other than my gear. So
that's the boot, right?
That's the boot, yeah. So yeah, it's ideal, really. I've got a little gas stove. I can do all my cooking. Yeah, it's fine. I get up. It's weird. The weirdest thing is waking up in your own bedroom, but in a different part of the country every day.
It's got to be kind of cool, though, as well.
It can be cool if you, because a lot of the time you pull up to a lay-by, it's pitch black, you don't know what's around, and you wake up in the morning, it's glorious sunshine, there's rolling fields and white unicorns running down the fields and stuff, and it's fantastic. And then other times you just find yourself in Watford.
White
Ian,
unicorns.
I was going to say, Ian has a question in there.
Well, they're horses with
I know what
ice cream cones stuck
yeah,
to their head.
it's not real, Nick. That's the drugs.
No, Ian.
Oh.
Ian, I got to tell you, Ian, what happens is Nick says he gets there, but he doesn't know where he's at. Actually, the problem there, and I don't want to say this and risk offending Nick in any way, because I really like Nick, but he's drunk and he's got nothing but time on his hands until the morning comes. So he's going out and he's gluing ice cream cones to the foreheads of horses.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about he was dreaming about horses while getting the horn.
No. Wasn't going to go there.
No.
Not at all.
That's a new one. That's a new one.
Just saying. Horses with the horn.
Now,
yeah.
Nick is also a fan of MIDI gear. And one of the things that's unique about Nick's is MIDI guitar, like you said. There's not really, in the past, MIDI hasn't really been geared towards guitar, but I guess that's changing these days, isn't it?
Aye. I've just bought like I was telling you earlier, I bought the Fishman triple play, and I'm playing with that. Technology's almost caught up with what happens in my head, which is kind of exciting but scary at the same time. So now with the bands that I play in Zipper Tongue, and with my own stuff, my solo stuff, I can sit and play my own piano and sit and play my own organs and stuff, and my own brass, and sit and blow my own trumpet, literally.
Now that kind of defeats.
And you play drums.
That kind of defeats the purpose of having a band if you're doing all the instruments yourself, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you've got no drummer, then there's nobody to argue with about whose round it is. The drummers never buy a round anyway, you know. So
they like to drink it though.
They do like to drink. Yeah, it's always your round.
Yeah.
Every time I go to a drum show, it's always my round. Either that, or I'm just extremely gullible. But it's good fun. You can actually do drums. It triggers fast enough, and things like doing playing the cover bands and doing Jump by Van Halen. The keyboard solo. I can actually now finally do that on keyboards using the same sound by doing tapping, and it will trigger perfectly. So it's been brilliant, apart from the company saying that it'll work with all foot pedals, and it doesn't.
And who's the company?
It's Fishman.
So we're calling them out?
Yeah, we're calling them out on their claim that it will actually work with all foot pedals. It'll work with any foot pedal except the one that I choose.
And
I think they know.
They probably do.
Could be. I think they just know and say, "No, let's piss him off a little bit more."
Yes.
So Nick, I think we may have asked you this before, but since you've used so many different types of MIDI gear, what's been your favorite over the years, and what is your favorite to use now?
The Fishman triple play. Hands down is the best.
Even though it doesn't work with any of your pedals.
Yeah, I mean, it's been the biggest nightmare of my entire life trying to set the whole thing up. But it does play really, really well, and it responds really well. There is another one, though. And this is one that I really do endorse. It's called it's made by a company called Jam Origin, and it's called MIDI Guitar. And they're a Danish company, I think. And they were very kind enough to send me. It's just a program, a computer program, and you don't need any special pickup. You literally just plug your guitar straight into your sound card, and you've got MIDI guitar. And it works on the same technology that there's a game called Rocksmith, I do believe, Xbox game.
Rock Band.
Is it Rock Band? You plug your guitar in and you play along but it's like a proper guitar you use.
Hang about.
And it's that same technology.
Oh, damn.
So, are you playing with your balls?
No, I need to show you something quickly.
Oh.
You carry on.
This could be quite scary. Ian's going to show us something. And he has to go behind the screen to do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go. It's the same technology as that. So, it's Jam Origin MIDI guitar, and I'm sure it costs under £100. It's really cheap, but it's really good. It's not good enough to go out live and play, but it'd be great, if you've got a project studio or, if you can't play keyboards but you want to play guitar. Sorry, if you've got a guitar and you want to play keyboards. Oh, there you go. Ian's now playing guitar.
That's a paper jam. This is a paper jams. It's
Paper
a
jams.
guitar made out of paper and plastic. Basically, you have to strum.
Nope, it doesn't do flamenco.
Where's that one? Where's the freestyle one? Hold on for a second. Right, now you should be able to freestyle.
I've broken it.
Use your thumb. Use your finger, not your thumb. No. Right.
Oh, right, okay.
There you go.
Flight of the Bumblebee. Do you know, in my head, that's Flight of the Bumblebee. That's probably what my guitar playing sounds like out front.
Right.
All the time.
Doesn't quite work the way as a normal guitar does, that?
No. No, it doesn't work. Wonderful.
My son got that for his birthday. They're fantastic.
Very good.
Very cool stuff. Now,
Yeah.
I know
That's the
that
other type of MIDI guitar.
last time you were on with us, Nick, you brought Ian over some whiskey sauce, if I remember correctly. Is that what it was, Ian?
It was, and it's delicious on chicken.
And
It's delicious on anything.
And today you brought something even better from what Ian's saying.
Mm.
It's Scotch
It's whiskey syrup.
Scotch whiskey syrup.
That's right. Can you see that? Is it there all right?
We can barely read it, but yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Ian will show you.
Yep, Scotch whiskey syrup, everybody. That's from the whiskey company.
The Whiskey Sauce Company. That's my father's company. What did you think of it?
I want more. Quite simply, we cracked open some nice coffee, and Nick went, "This would be very nice in the coffee." So we did, and it was gorgeous.
Now, is it sweet? What makes it special? Besides,
Yeah, it's a sweet syrup.
okay.
And it's got whiskey in it, real whiskey, made from the tears of haggis.
I don't even know how to.
Haggis, gone full circle.
Yeah, we have. We have. If you were here before the show, and nobody was, we were talking haggis before the show, and there are some interesting pictures of Nick addressing haggis. If I got that right, is that correct?
Addressing the haggis. It's a Robert Burns poem.
And that's all we're going to say. It's not like I thought. I thought you just, hello, haggis, but that's not it.
No, not quite. It's oh ye fair. I've forgotten it now.
Hey.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, he's just showing the pictures of me in a kilt on the screen there. I don't know if you're seeing them live.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Oh well, there you go.
That's okay. We don't have to see them because we actually have.
That's all right, yeah.
We actually have some music to take a listen to today, anyway. So pictures would just throw the show over the top, and we never want to leave the audience sated. We want them coming back for more. So we have to leave a little something for next time. So
yeah, get that off the screen.
Yeah. If you're wondering why
I can't get the one I want to link. Sorry.
If you're wondering why they're covering their eyes, everybody, you take a look at Ian's Twitter feed, and you can go back through the pictures that they're talking about, where the haggis is being dressed and everything.
Moonlicht Nacht.
What he said. So, anyway, we do have some music to listen to. It's almost 25 after the hour. And we really should get started with that so that we can have you guys select a song of the week, for crying out loud. It is Super Bowl Sunday here in the States, so if you're watching the Super Bowl, turn it down, turn this up so you can actually hear the music too, because we do have a test at the end of the program. Everybody who's a with us every week, they already know about this test. We ask them to fill out a witness statement, which we will ask you to do as well today. So let's get started with song number 1 on today's music scene investigation, everybody. This is it, song number 1 on today's MSI. Here it is, everyone. Enjoy song number 1.
Up this morning trying to find my way, like to live another day. No, I'll never leave you behind. Oh, you hold my heart and mind. Oh, yeah. Down my door and saw hypocrisy and shame. Looked in the mirror, it was me. Oh, I know you'd say to live in spirit and by truth. Oh, I'm doing all that I can do. Yeah, I look forward to when you hold me, because my heart I'm alright, yeah, I'm okay, oh, oh. You're my sunshine in the rain. You put a smile on my face. You're my sunshine in the rain, oh. I take a minute out to pray. I find it to be so healing. With you I find hope and truth and love so clear. I love to know that you are near. Yeah, I look forward to when you hold me, 'cause my heart in but I'm alright, yeah, I'm okay, oh, oh. You're my sunshine in the rain. You put a smile on my face. You're my sunshine in the rain, yeah. Oh. Falls, I know you're there. When shadows surround my heart with fear. When darkness falls, I know you're there. You clear the sky of pain and despair. When darkness falls, I know you're there. When shadows surround my heart with fear. When darkness falls, I know you're there. You clear the sky of pain and despair. But I'm alright, yeah, I'm okay, oh, oh. You're my sunshine in the rain. Oh, you put a smile on my face. You're my sunshine in the rain. Oh, 'cause I'm alright, yeah, I'm okay, oh. You're my sunshine in the rain. Put a smile on my face, 'cause you're my sunshine in the rain. 'Cause I'm alright, yeah, oh, I'm okay, oh.
There you have song number 1 on today's Music Scene Investigation. Now we're going to head over and find out what the guys on the panel think and see what their thoughts are. We're going to start out first with Ian and Nick. Ian, Nick, what do you guys think about track number 1?
All right. There's a lot of good stuff going on here. I like the guy's voice. He sounds a bit like George Ezra, who's a young guy who's making a lot of sort of movements in the charts and over here now. But it kind of, in ways, sounded like he was singing a different song to what the rest of them were doing. Not from the point of view of chord structure or anything like that, but the capturing the groove and the feel that he was doing. I really liked his voice. I really liked the layering on his vocals and the harmonies that he was using. There's a lot of good stuff going on, a bit pitchy in places, but I mean, you can kind of forgive him for that sort of stylistic thing that he had going on. Drummer was obviously quite good. It sounded like all the musicianship was quite good, but none of it seemed to gel for me. None of it really seemed to come together, especially the first 2/3 of the song. When it sort of came out to that breakdown towards the end, it started to sort of fit in a bit better together. But from the parts that were being played, they just not sitting tight and they were not quite working together. And it just made it sound a bit messy. The drums sounded great. I did feel that the drummer was overplaying. And, you know, he just needed to lay back on that groove rather than putting all those snare rolls and ghost notes and stuff in that he was playing. Just, you know, sometimes just because you can do it doesn't mean you should. Sometimes it's good to just keep it basic and keep that groove strong so the rest of the instruments can work with each other over the top of that. The guitars, again, like the dirty sound on them, a little bit loud in places. They were swamping out that vocal, so you couldn't quite hear that cutting through properly. But it really they need to go back and look at the parts and tighten this whole thing up. You know, and if the parts aren't slightly working, then alter the parts so they do. I think there is a good song here. Personally, I would like to hear that guy sing this song acoustically, without all the busy drums and the sort of driving bass line and bits and pieces like that. I think stripped back, I think you've got a really good song there, but you need to look at the arrangement and how it's made up and get it tight.
All right, very cool.
Yeah.
Nick, what do you think?
I agree with a lot of points there. Although I can't really call it a proper song because it had no big guitar solo in it. So it doesn't qualify in my eyes as a proper song. Yeah, it was. There's some good ideas there. It's kind of like they need a producer to come in and say, right, that's a good melodic idea. We can use that. There's kind of too many ideas, especially when you first hear the verse. There's too many melodies going on. There's that little keyboard thing going on. There's a guitar happening. Too many things clashing. And overall, the playing's just, I couldn't quite put my finger on who was in time, who was out of time, but it's just a bit sloppy. A lot of that is down to the EQ they use on between the guitars and drums especially. The drums are quite that messy, trashy kind of sound, which I quite like. But it was fighting a little bit with the guitar, I thought. The vocals were out of time in certain bits, which made the melody a bit unfocused. And there's things like, you must have heard this, everybody's heard of Stephen Sondheim when he writes lyrics and puts the stress of the important words on the important beats. So words like sunshine in that could have been placed slightly different so that it had more of an impact. And so the melody just sat better. It actually sounded like when you do an album and you go in to do pre-production, when you're messing about in the studio and you get your very first sketch of a song, that's what it sounded like to me. So it's definitely something good they could build upon. But like I said, the musicianship needs to be tightened up. They need to be a bit less precious about throwing drum fills in, and they need a big guitar solo in the middle. That would just make it.
You say that on any song, right?
Unless it's got a big guitar solo in the middle.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And then the guitar solo could obviously be bigger.
All right. Well, that's the way I write my music. I don't even bother with singing.
All right. Well,
you start with the guitar solo and then add the best to it, don't you?
All right.
Well,
let's go over to James and find out his thoughts on track number 1. James, what do you think about this track?
Well, what we've got here is a good song that hasn't really been undertaken in the right way. And I think they've tried to overcomplicate things a bit, especially when it comes to the drum fills and things like that, because it was just a bit of a mess when it came to timing. That was the biggest problem I had with the track. Fundamentally, it's quite good. Like the voice, like the ideas. Wasn't overly fond of the sort of synth sounds that sounded a bit fairground-like. I'm not sure if that really did the trick, but getting the fundamentals right on this one's key. I mean, you could go on about EQ and other production techniques, but it was just very difficult to listen to. And in fact, I was having one or two problems, probably like some of the listeners. 'Cause allegedly the stream didn't work properly there. But I opened up the file and heard 2 seconds of it and thought, oh, this is going to be promising. And then my link dropped for a bit. I opened up a couple of files and I ended up with about 2 or 3 different tabs going and a couple of media players going off at the same time. And I quickly corrected that and thought I hadn't closed one because there was some weird latency going on with the drums that didn't quite tally. Then I realised I did just have the one open. And there were some really odd timing issues with that. But there were moments when I wasn't sure if it was intentional or not, because to me it sounded like it had been, maybe the guitar and the drums been recorded in reverse and then they'd played back over the top to create some weird timing thing. But maybe I'm just not seeing the point on this one.
All right. Well, I appreciate your thoughts. Go. Wait. What is that, Ian?
No, I can't see that being done purposely.
No, it's not like Primus, the way that Primus used to do it. You could hear that it was,
you
could
hear it was
the groove's still there.
Yeah,
it's just it's late and that kind of thing. There was just no
I'm just
groove
being
to
kind.
that, really.
Let me take and introduce this track to everybody. Let you know who is actually on the track and the name of the song. The name of the song, it's called I'm All Right, and it's by Kings Harbor Band. Kings Harbor Band, we appreciate you sending I'm All Right in Music Scene Investigation. As I said earlier, you want to get your music in front of the panel, just go to musicsceneinvestigation.com, submit a song at the top of the page. It's that easy. It really is. It's painless. We don't charge anything, so it's free. And everybody likes free. At least that's my understanding anyway. So do it.
Yes. Do
it today. All right, let's listen to...
I just realised we're three Brits today versus one American.
No. Not versus, because I don't have a say. So there you go.
There you go. What I mean.
Yeah, well.
3 Brits in unison.
That's right.
Harmony.
Yeah. Exactly.
The way it should be.
Exactly. Song number 2 is on its way right now, everybody. This is track number 2 on today's MSI. Enjoy it.
Your life is like a Grimm fairy tale. You're a princess from another world. I can tell when the story ends and it doesn't end well. Living in a fairy tale, grass is green and skies are pale.
That is track number 2 on the broadcast today. Let's bring the panel in, find out what they think about it, see what their thoughts are. James, going to start with you. What do you think about track number 2 on the broadcast?
I think most things are suitable for the genre and the target audience it's aimed at, especially the lyrical material and the repetition and the simplistic lines. Generally, I think it sounded a little bit preset, but for the genre, do you really need to come up with anything overly exciting and ambitious? Liked a little bit of double tracking on the vocals, because I think that would really push them out there and improve on them a bit. Not saying that they're bad, they're quite good, quite a pleasant voice. But I think that it could definitely be enhanced with some extra effects and production techniques. All in all, the actual balance of things wasn't quite right. And yeah, the vocals could have been pushed up a little bit more. The synths became a bit dominant in places, but again, I think that might be a genre thing. It's not the kind of thing I normally listen to, so I'm probably a bit of an unfair judge to be making any comments on this. All in all, good effort and probably decent if you like that sort of thing, but unfortunately it's not my taste, so I don't want to be too harsh.
All right, well, I appreciate your thoughts on that. Now, before I go over to Ian and Nick, had somebody mention that they can't find the chat box, the chat room. If you're listening to MSI on the radio, scroll down to the very bottom of the radio page. You'll see a link there to open up the chat room. If you're on musicsceneinvestigation.com/live, you'll see a big button over on the left of the screen says Open Chat. Either one of those will take you to the same place. And we certainly hope you do log in and join us in the chat room if you're out there listening to the live broadcast. If you're not, well, join us next time. We'll still be here. Ian, Nick, song number 2 over to you. What do you guys think about it?
I quite like the Eurovision kind of sound, believe it or not. You know, I like my classical music and, you know, I can go from Wagner and all that, but I love Eurovision. And that kind of reminded me of
Get out of my house.
how would you put it? I don't want to be unkind, but it was a Eurovision entry from one of those countries that you think, fair play. They did, you know, they had a go.
It sounds like they couldn't be bothered to me.
Well, it's a little bit bland and a little bit. There's no real excitement. Again, no guitar solo, so that gets marked down. The biggest problem I had with it, I liked all the sounds. It was fairly well mixed. Vocals could have come up, like James said. You know, vocals could have been a bit fatter as well. You know, using production techniques like using chorus on the vocals and splitting them up, using the stereo spectrum and stuff like that. More harmonies as well. You've obviously got a lass there that can sing harmonies, and that's quite a pleasing sounding voice. So, you know, use it. There's just no real hook to the whole thing, and it didn't really build up or go anywhere. The big problem I've got with this kind of genre is that it's like text speak in musical form. It doesn't really have any proper meaning because there's no full stops, commas, exclamation marks, question marks that you get from a drum fill. So if they could borrow some of the drum fills from the previous track, it might kind of liven it up a little bit, I think. Other than that, I really like the little. I love ABBA, so I love the I like the little diddly bits that the synth does, that ABBA does.
You learn a lot about people on this show.
I like ABBA. You know, I get my spangly shorts out, my boob tube, and I rock away to. Never mind. Anyway. The other thing was the lyrics. The lyrics could. Lyrics could have been a bit more. When you write lyrics, if you write them all down, then read them like a poem. Unless they grab you as a poem, then they're not really going to grab you as an entire song when you're singing it, no matter how good a singer you are. So yeah, it could have been a bit better, but yeah, I don't think I'd dust off the boob tube just yet. Might get the leg warmers out for that one.
I had a vision of you twerking to this then.
Oh,
I was.
the Roundtree's fruit pastel suppository.
James was twerking.
Ian.
I was pretty sure as well.
Don't egg him on. Just what do you think of song number 2, Ian?
I wasn't twerking. I mean, I to be honest, I found this pretty bland. It was very out of the box sonically from the point of view of the sounds that were being used. I felt the mix was pretty strong. It did lack any sort of dominant bass. There was no sub in there. And obviously, if you're writing this sort of music which you're aiming at a club audience, you want that sub in there. You want that pumping to get your audience dancing. And it was lacking in that. And as Tom mentioned in the chat room, where were the stacks of backing vocals, guys? Mm-hmm. Your chorus went nowhere. Dynamically, this was very flat. And again, you want to achieve that. You want that burn it to the ground or whatever the hook line was on that chorus. You want that lifting in, some reverse sounds going into that chorus to sort of bring it up. And then that stacked vocal, that layered vocal with all the big harmonies really kicking in. And that would make that hook a lot stronger. As it stands at the moment, it's just burn it to the ground, and pretty formulaic. You need to really work on the dynamics of this track. And it needs to be more uplifting. The girl sounded like she was in the vocal booth going, burn it to the ground, or another one of these dance tracks that I can't get into. She didn't sound like she had any passion for the track. And she wants, she obviously can sing. She's obviously got a good voice, but she just didn't make the track come alive. And, you need a vocalist to do that. That could be down to the producer, or that could be down to the singer herself. But either way, that needs to come alive. It is very formulaic. It is it is quite current from that point of view, but it kind of just didn't quite make the mark.
And
no guitar solo. Sorry, yes, and there was no guitar solo.
All right, Ian, we need to make a shirt, and there was no guitar solo on it. just saying. All right, that song.
But you know what?
Well, go ahead.
You know what? There's no effing fade out.
That's true as well. Very true. All right, before I introduce that song, I was just informed that the problem with the chat box was not that they couldn't open it. It's that once they opened it, it disappeared. Probably behind everything else.
I have that problem with money.
I know, me too. It disappears all the time. Anyway, song number 2, it's called... Yes, you guessed it, The Grimm Fairy Tale, and it's by Jen Janet. And we appreciate Jen sending that track into Music Scene Investigation. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right, we have one more song to listen to, and then we'll get to our panelists' thoughts on what they think should be Song of the Week. So let's go ahead and take a listen to track number 3 on today's broadcast as Ian squeezes the last drop out of that bottle there. Here it is, everyone. Track number 3 on today's Music Scene Investigation. Certainly hope you enjoy it.
Her hair is red, her lips red too. Her skin is perfect and her eyes are blue. Legs so long, curves curve right. Her skirt is short and her blouse is tight. She's the one who make him come undone, be so coy, steal away my boy. She's the one who make him come undone, be so coy, steal away my boy. I see him glance at the hair, the lips, the skirt, blouse, and the hips.
smiles at him, and he'll never be the same. She's the one who made him come undone, be so coy, steal away my boy. She's the one who make him come undone, be so coy, steal away my boy. She's the one who'll make him come undone, be so coy, steal away my boy. She's the one who'll make him come undone, be so coy, steal away my boy.
Well, there you have it. That is track number 3 on the broadcast today. Let's go over starting with Nick and Ian. Guys, your thoughts on track number 3? What do you think?
How do you?
Me first, okay. I love the sound. James will really understand this, I think, from his point of view, from especially from tonight, from what I get from his kind of like his what he's been doing. There was a creaky stool in the background. Do you hear that?
No.
The creaky stool.
I think that was from just you.
No. It was definitely a creaky stool in there. The kind of beginning
that was me.
recording.
Sorry, I didn't mute.
Oh, that was you and your creaky stool. I thought so. Yeah. I'm totally in love with her voice, and if she wants to come and live with me in my car, I've got a spare bedroom. Well, a boot. She's got a lovely voice that just I had a vision of her. Just she's my ideal woman. The song itself was pretty cool. Very engaging at the beginning, and then it kind of meandered off a little bit for me. A couple of my little bugbears are in there. That Arabian singer in the background didn't quite fit in with the if you're going to use anything that uses that kind of harmonic minor kind of tonality or anything like that, don't stick it over a chord that doesn't really work. That kind of, it's like somebody scraping their nails down a blackboard to my ears. And my other big bugbear is orchestration, because I come from a bit of a classical background. Putting strings on something doesn't mean that you just hit string pad, stick your fingers down and do like a normal piano chord. String lines kind of have to move and mimic the actual music. It's a bit like kind of putting ketchup in a good béarnaise sauce or something. It's not needed at all. It's good on its own, and it goes with certain things. But I think with a bit of orchestration and a bit of tightening up, and whatever that special needs percussion group was going on in the background, it reminded me of teaching in a special needs school. I didn't understand that part of it. Strip all that away, and I think you've got a really interesting song. A great kind of melody, lovely sound to it, and with a bit of jiggery pokery with the actual musical part of it. Could be fantastic. I think it's a real winner, potentially. But and I haven't even mentioned the fact there's no guitar solo.
You haven't.
No,
He still has a guitar in it.
That's the kind of thing that I wouldn't miss in that kind of song because there's a
Wow.
bit of twiddly guitar.
Because she's
So, yeah.
she's your
Well-
perfect woman too, by the way.
Yeah. So I live in third lay-by on the left on the A34. So if you want to pop round anytime, I can do anything except toast.
And coffee, real coffee, as we established.
Oh, and real coffee. Yeah.
That's all right. Ian
Right.
lives nearby and he does real coffee. All
I
right,
do good coffee. I do the best coffee in the area.
Ian, your thoughts, track number 3.
My thoughts. I just don't want to think about James and his creaky stool again. We had that whole pre-show, so that's not interesting me much at all.
It's plural.
But anywho, I really like this. I don't know that there is something that tells me that it was a bit left to centre. There is something in my head that's saying, yeah, you're not, it's not quite arranged properly. It's not quite orchestrated properly. I know what Nick's saying. But I did like it. I loved her voice. I love the use of reverbs on this track as well. They've got a nice depth to them without being too overpowering. And it really gives you that haunting atmosphere. So I liked the Arabian vocal, the sort of Asian vocal that was going on in the background there.
It was
Obviously her.
it was the notes that just clashed.
But I think it worked. I liked that quite slightly discordant nature and feel to that. It made you feel awkward. It made it feel haunting. Like the old out of tune piano that you use in horror films and stuff like that. It kind of had that edge to it for me. And I liked that a lot, especially with the deep reverbs and everything going on. I do agree with Nick from the point of view of orchestrating the strings. I would have liked to hear them strings reflect that slightly Asian, Arabian sort of feel.
Yeah.
A bit like Kashmir.
Aye.
I mean, the strings on Kashmir and stuff like that. But, that really is my only bugbear. I don't mind the arrangement being loose. I don't mind the fact that there was nothing really as a sort of prominent chorus per se or a strong hook. It just worked as a piece of music, and you find yourself just listening to it rather than pulling it apart. And that's a good sign in my mind.
It kind of sat kind of like a Joni Mitchell, Kate Bush type thing.
Definitely Kate Bush. Definitely had a Kate Bush feel to it, yeah.
Yeah, it was like an American
Or
Kate
Florence,
Bush with a guitar.
Florence from Florence and the Machine, who tries to emulate Kate Bush anyway.
Oh, yeah, she used to be in Magic Roundabout, didn't she? I
That's
wonder what
right.
she was doing now.
That's right, yeah.
Oh.
With Dougal.
I thought she'd run away with Dougal.
Yeah.
All right, James, what do you think about this particular track number 3?
Well, any song with a creaky stool in it has to be a winner, surely. I thought that was the finest element. No, it all joking aside, I think that the dissonance and the weird discordance worked a bit. It was eerie and unexpected, but as soon as I heard it for a little while, I totally got it, because I listened to a lot of weird psychedelic and progressive music. So to me, the ordinary doesn't really always make sense. So when something's a little bit off the ball with the sort of strange Arabian wailing sounds about a minute in and beyond, it kind of worked for me. From a production point of view, yes, it's mastered a bit hot, but I really like the way it was recorded, especially with the way that you could sort of feel the intimacy of the vocals. You could hear breathing, you could sort of sense what was going on, and I'm sure that Nick would have enjoyed that element of it as well, especially being able to hear.
She's breathing right in my ear at one point.
I'm sure that was rather pleasant listening for you there, Nick. What else have I got here? I don't think I've got a great deal much else to say on it. So I think I'll leave it there.
All right. Well, I appreciate your thoughts on that as well. The name of track number 3 is She's the One. It's by Nina Bradlin, and we appreciate Nina sending that track into Music Scene Investigation. All right, gentlemen, we're over. We try and keep this show to an hour, but sometimes we just have way too much fun like today, and that's fine. We don't mind that at all. So
I've got creaky stools to attend to.
That's exactly right. We've all got creaky stools to attend to at some point.
We've just checked out Nina Bradlin online, and I think Nick's even more in love with her now than he was before.
Yeah, I could give her an orchestration. Did I say that out loud?
Behave, okay? It's a family-friendly show. I'm just saying. All right. I'm going to turn it over to the panel anyway so they can select a song of the week. So, gentlemen, it's over to you for your thoughts on song of the week, please.
Well, I'm going to jump straight in. It's easy for me. It's number 3. Yeah, it's slightly left of centre, slightly quirky, slightly weird, but I liked it, and I liked the hauntingness of it, and for me, that's the one.
Ian, Nick,
Aye.
James. I already got Ian. Sorry.
Well, without further ado, I'm going to say it's easy. Anything with a creaking stool has to be the winner. Unfortunately, the first track was a big letdown when it came to the timing, so I think it would have been a very strong contender otherwise, because it was a good song, but you've got to have the basics in place, and unfortunately it didn't. Track 2, well, maybe that's for a separate hit list. And track 3, okay, it's not commercial, but it's a good song, and I think it's a clear winner today.
All right. Nick, what do you think?
Track 3, definitely. Still, you could put a good guitar solo in it. I could. I know exactly what I could do.
In all fairness, you could put a good guitar solo in all of them.
Well, yeah. All right. But, yeah, so I like a bit of orchestration and all that kind of stuff. For me, the Arabic vocals need to be moved up a semitone or tone or whatever it is. But, yeah, definitely hands down the best by far.
All right. Well, there you have it. It's unanimous, everybody. I've been told by the chat room to quit complaining about the length of the show. Just shut up, because by complaining, I make it longer anyway. So, what can you do? You can't win either way. I don't know. Anyway, there you have it, everybody. Unanimous. Nina Bradlin's song, She's the One, is our song of the week this week on Music Scene Investigation. Congratulations, Nina. You now move on to our hit list, which is brought to you by the guys and gals over at Landar.com. Mastering made easy. The winner of the hit list receives a 1-year pro account over at Landar.com. They can master as many songs as they want in uncompressed WAV files and or compressed MP3s for 1 year. It's very cool stuff. If you'd be interested in trying it out on your music, you can do so for free. Just click on that link right below the live window at MusicSceneInvestigation.com, where it says landr.com. Sign up for a free account. Get 2 uncompressed WAV files for free and all the compressed MP3 files you'd like to try out. It's very easy to do. Ian swears by it. He likes it. That's what I'm saying. He likes it.
Yeah, I use it. It's good. Don't use the high setting. Use the medium or the low settings, and you'll get something that you're happy to hear.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So try it out. Landar.com. We appreciate their supporting us and the hit list. All right, so that's it. Nina Bradlin wins the Song of the Week. Join us again next time when we'll have 3 new songs before our panel. Nick, thank you for joining us as always. And anytime you can get back in there, anytime Ian lets you back in his house, please join us.
Aye.
Look, Nick's one of the few guests that's welcome here anytime, and I only have a few guests, and they're all welcome here anytime. So he's one of the few guests that are welcome here anytime, especially
that's because I bring you
when
stuff.
He brings stuff like Scotch whiskey syrup from the Whiskey Sauce Company, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go. Whiskey Sauce. Do they have a website, Nick? The Whiskey Sauce Company?
It's called the Whiskey Sauce Company. Oh, no, it's called the whiskysauce.co.uk, I think, off the top of my head.
All right. Well, everybody go there and order a bunch of Scotch whiskey syrup. It'll be awesome. All right. Thanks, Nick. I appreciate it. Thank you, Ian. James, thank you as well. And thanks to everybody in the audience for joining us. We'll see you next time right here on Music Scene Investigation. We're going to play out with She's the One by Nina Bradlin right now. Thanks for being with us, everybody. See you next time. So long.
Bye. Bye-bye. Play safe, kiddies.
Her hair is red, skin is perfect and her eyes are blue. Legs so long, curves curve right. Her skirt is short and her blouse is tight. She's the one who make him come undone. Be so coy, steal away my